Hi there. Welcome to our presentation on home selling. We're going to try and help you understand the process a little better through this webinar. But if you have any questions, please reach out. This webinar is meant to start conversation, not replace conversation. So please be sure to ask any questions that you have. My name is Tracy Nienow, and I work with Hearthside Real Estate. The topics that we're going to cover in this webinar are listed on the screen. We're going to start by telling you a little bit about us. We're going to talk about the current market conditions. We're going to talk about how you can best prepare your house for going on the market and what preparations need to be taken ahead of time. We're going to talk to you about what happens with your offers and what happens after the offer is accepted and you're on your way to closing. And finally, we're going to talk about the closing itself. The first thing that you want to do when you're getting your house ready to go on the market is you want to choose a great realtor. Some people make the mistake of waiting too long to hire their realtor, and they hire them right before they're ready to go out on the market. This is doing yourself a disservice because we have lots of great advice on preparations and what money is well spent and what money doesn't need to be spent. So you'll want to connect sooner rather than later. When you're looking for a realtor, I recommend focusing on 3 things. The first thing I recommend you focusing on is how educated and knowledgeable your realtor is. When it comes to negotiating on your behalf, you want the smartest person out there doing that negotiating for you. You don't want somebody who dabbles in real estate to figure that out. The second thing you want to look for is you want to look at how somebody's going to market your home. You get one opportunity to get your house on the market and to make it look amazing. And you want to know how that realtor is going to do that. The third thing you want to focus on is how well your realtor is going to communicate. The way they communicate with you can be mirrored in how they're going to communicate with all the other people along the way. The people who want to buy your house, the lenders, the title companies, and everyone involved. Our team is actually 3 people. As I told you before, my name is Tracy Nienow, and I'm a broker owner with Hearthside Real Estate. As a broker owner, in itself, we had to go through much more education than every other salesperson out there. There's a more in-depth training that comes along with contracts and such along the way. I also have been working hard to get other certifications and absorb as much education as I can in the real estate market in the last 9 years that I've been working in it. My partner is Sharon Nienow, my mom. She is also a broker owner of our company. Sharon has been in the business for over 30 years, and there's nobody who knows and understands the business better than her. When it comes to contract knowledge, when it comes to negotiating, she is top-notch and hard to beat. Our third team member is Sherry Vos, who is our marketing director. She does everything she can to make sure when your house goes on the market, it looks amazing and that everyone in the world knows it's coming on the market so that nobody misses it. She's great with social media, she's great with print media, and she does everything she can to make sure we get everyone in your house who could possibly be interested in it. If we're not the realtors that you choose, that's okay. We'd love to. But if you're choosing another realtor, you may want to think about those other aspects of what you might be looking for. You've probably heard a little bit about what's happening in today's market, but it is definitely still a seller's market. Inventory is low all over the United States, and therefore buyers are competing against each other to get the houses that actually come on the market. That means for you, the seller, you should have kind of a fun process. you're probably going to receive lots of attention on your house, and there's probably going to be people who are willing to do anything you want in writing an offer. You're in a great position to sell your house. Even though you're in a great position, that doesn't mean that you don't need to prepare, and that doesn't mean that you can not take the selling process seriously. You still want to have a qualified person selling your home, and you still want to make sure your home is in tip-top condition in order to get multiple offers and high amounts of money. One of the things that we provide to make sure that your house is in tip-top shape is we provide a complimentary staging consult. When we do a staging consult, we are not like HGTV where we are suggesting $30,000 in staging. Oftentimes, the biggest part about preparing is getting rid of stuff and decluttering your house. Other suggestions might be painting or possibly getting some new carpeting in the home. But we're probably not going to suggest that you get a full kitchen remodel because in reality, that may not pay off for you in the future. Preparing your house well is in exchange for a lot more money. Even though the market is hot right now, the difference between having an immaculate, clean, well-staged home and let's just get it on the market kind of home could result in $10,000 to $20,000 difference in your end game. So it's definitely worth taking the time to clean and stage properly for your sale. And we can help you do that. Once your house is looking spectacular, it's time to get a professional photographer in to take your pictures. We like to present our houses like they would appear in a magazine. We want the pictures to be spectacular. When people are looking online, they are basically using these pictures to decide if they want to see your house or not. The more people who see your house, the more offers you're going to get. So we need to lure them in with enticing pictures so that they come to your house and fall in love with it in person. Sometimes the house isn't the biggest draw. Sometimes the property that the house sits on is what's going to really engage the buyers out there. In those cases, we do take some drone footage so that we can show the area and the setting and the beautiful yard and the surroundings, because sometimes that's what's actually selling a particular house, not the house itself. Obviously, we're going to order a sign for your yard so that people driving by can tell their friends and their family and everyone else that they want to come to their neighborhood that there's a new house for sale, and they'll help us spread the word on it. When we create a marketing plan for your house, our biggest motivator is to create urgency in getting into your house. You are going to receive your best offers in the first couple of days. Some people will say to us, you know what, I'm not in any hurry, I have time. But the problem is your best offers come in the first couple of days. So if it's on the market for 2 months, you're not doing yourself any favors. We want to get as many people into your house on the first couple of days, because then they're fighting over it. They're writing offers that compete with other offers. In doing that, you want it priced right. You want to price it so that people are ready to write an offer today, and they're ready to write an offer over asking price. Pricing it a little bit out of what's expected doesn't do you any favors, because then people just don't look at it. A lot of times buyers right now are thinking, yeah, but I'm going to have to go over asking. So if you price it too high, people are like, I'm out before they even see it. So you need to price it right, and then you need to front load the marketing so that people are ready for it when it comes on the market. There's something called a delayed listing, and that's where you can put it in MLS and not start showings quite yet, but you can start marketing it. And ideally, when you have the time, you would like to have it in that situation for at least a couple of days so that we can start advertising it on social media. We can start sending it out to people that we know who might be interested in it. And other realtors can start sending it out to their people so that everybody's ready and just anxiously awaiting for it to come on the market. Because our whole goal in marketing is creating that urgency. We want people to have to get in it as soon as possible. Once we get offers in, we will have a meeting to review those offers and compare them. You will have the option of signing one of those offers as is or not signing it and counter offering it. I'm all about charts and all about presenting things in an organized way so that you can understand them. So when we do get the offers, we will create a chart that shows you all the different elements of all the offers we've received so that we can contrast and compare each offer as to what are the highs and the lows of each offer. You do have the ability to do a counter offer. If there are offers or an offer that you mostly like, but maybe there's a term that you're like, oh, I just wish they would have said the closing date was on this date, and then it would be perfect. You can write a counter offer and offer up that change and see if they will accept it. When you have multiple offers in front of you, you can do something called a multiple counter offer. And in that way, you can counter each offer with a different term. Like maybe you like the closing date on this person's offer, but you like the price on this person's offer. Well, you can counter offer all the people to try and see who will meet the terms that you're putting out there. We'll help you navigate it. You don't need to understand it right now, but we just wanted to let you know that that is an option. Once you've accepted an offer and the terms are agreed upon, okay, the last step in this big old process is closing. The closing, once everything is all complete and ready to go, the closing takes place. Generally, the buyer and the buyer's lender choose the time and place of closing. Sellers have an opportunity to pre-sign. If they don't want to be at that particular time and place, they can sign their paperwork ahead of time. Buyers do not have that choice. Prior to the closing, the buyers are probably going to want to do a final walkthrough. And during that walkthrough, they're checking to make sure the house is in the condition they were expecting it to be in. It's clean, everything has been removed that needs to be removed from the house, and everything is still in good working order. Then it's time to celebrate. You've sold your house. Hopefully you're walking away with a big, beautiful check. Hopefully you found this information really helpful and helping you to understand the process that you are about to go through in selling your home. Remember, this process doesn't start for you the day you list the house. It starts weeks or months before that. Let us help you in that early process. Have us come in and consult with you on the preparation stages so that you're not managing this process alone. If you have questions, be sure to reach out. We'd love to answer your questions so that you are feeling good when it is time to put your house on the market.